Right, so now we discuss um, the subject of basically love and how that ties in with being a targeted individual. Um, I'm going to approach this subject in such a way where I give you references and you can go and actually do some research on yourself for yourself to find out whether I'm telling you the truth or not. Now, you've heard about the voice of God weapon. Now, this is the one that they're using on Muslims because, you know, to make them believe that they're hearing Allah, things like that, you know. So, and they actually freelancing this out, and they're using it in normal everyday situations. So I've seen potential potential love interests who have been displaying clear signs that they have been targeted with this kind of weaponry. Now, it's obviously about synthetic telepathy, and that's another term that I want you to research. You can Google this or go on YouTube. Synthetic telepathy, and also look up the weapon of God as well. Yeah, so then you would understand why I say the things I do. I'm not involved in that industry, but being a victim, I can describe what I've felt, and then being highly educated, I can deduce what's causing it. Yeah. Now, what I've noticed is that most of the times when you fall in love is because some type of voice to skull technology, like a weapon of God, has been used. The weapon of God is not always used to tell you to go and kill. I mean, you see all these people killing mass killings because they've had voices, the weapon of God, telling them to go and kill. It's not always that. It's also used to make people fall in love. Yeah, so obviously the same principles of marketing apply to the use of that weaponry. If you bombard a trigger word into someone's mind constantly, it starts to subliminally, it's like an incepted idea. You start to subliminally incept it in them. So you find that some people have been told who they have to fall in love with. And just to rubber stamp it, they're given a minder or a handler. So now most women, you see them walking around with a friend, with a girlfriend, and that girlfriend is there to make sure that she does not find another love interest because her uh, choice of who she should fall in love with has been made for her, and she's just there to rubber stamp it. I've seen women who have actually been told not to look at me um, by their friend. They come with a friend, and the friend is busy threatening you as you're talking to her. Yeah, like she has some kind of hidden agenda. Now, if you're a woman who has that type of friend, you feel like you want to go somewhere, and every time you want to feel like you want to go somewhere, your friend just always wants to come with you. She doesn't want to let you out of her sight. She always wants to come with you. Yeah, that one is your handler. Yeah, she's made a deal with someone, and the one you're supposed to fall in love with has done the deal, and she's getting paid. You ain't seeing no money from it. All you're gonna do is just open your legs. You ain't seeing no money from that deal. She's getting paid to make sure you fall in love with someone, and to make sure that she keeps everybody away from you. Yeah. Now, I've met women who are in that situation. Obviously, if the situation is working out for you, there's no need to ruffle any feathers. Go with it. That's what I'm saying. Man, if they're doing you some good, then you go with it. I mean, it's like that. We are all doing the same thing. I have to convince you to fall in love with me, but they're just using bigger weapons. People have money to pay um, for someone to tell you that you're in love with them. Then it's the same thing I was gonna do. I could sit there and mirror you and do what you do and make and convince you that somebody you should fall in love with. But I can't afford that kind of weaponry there, you know. But there's people who do. Like you see couples, celebrity couples. I won't name the obvious one. We have a man who's ugly as fuck dating one of the most beautiful women in the world, and you're like, how did that happen? Yeah. But if he's got the money to get that woman to be told that she's in love with him, then don't spite them. That's how life is. You're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing to you. So it's just competition. It's just the way competition is. At the end of the day, nice guys finish last. I don't have the heart to control a woman like that. I want you to be free to choose to love me, and you got to have the intelligence to know that you're being done. Yeah, yeah, you're being turned into a puppet. You're like R2D2 in fucking Star Wars or something. You've been turned into a puppet. Yeah, but you got to know when you're being done. Yeah. So what I do is exposure. Yeah. We expose these things because when you expose it, that's the best way of fighting it for now. I have other weaponry that I can use, but not yet. Yeah. But at the moment, if you expose these things, they have to hide because now every woman that's in that situation will start looking at their friends. You try and talk to a man, yeah, who's not someone she knows. Try and talk to that man, yeah? But just at the corner of your eye, keep an eye on your friend as she's standing there. See what she's doing. She'll be trying to grab that man's attention. She'll be pulling all kinds of faces. Try and talk to a man, yeah, with your friend there and see what she does, yeah? She's been paid to keep an eye on you to make sure you stay in line. Yeah, it's like a narcissist personality. She considers herself your controller and your ruler. Yeah, you always walk around with her. Yeah, yeah, like every time you think I want to go somewhere, all of a sudden she comes up with the same idea. What? How? Where from? Yeah, yeah. So most of you have those situations. Even men have those type of situations where, man, they done a deal for you, man. Somebody's paid them to make sure that they take the horse to the well. You're the horse, right? So they have to make sure you fall in love with someone, and the voice of God weapon will be used to actually tell you that you're in love with that person, like that, and your friend will be there to make sure that that takes. Every time you mention that person's name, she puts on a nice, pleasant face. Every time you mention another man's name, she starts to put on unpleasant. Like, so that's subliminally telling you, channeling you towards what they've chosen for you. Yeah, if you're in that situation, I feel sorry for you, because most of people of the people that say that they're in love with someone, it's because they've been told. Now, this is the funny thing. Yeah, you have to pay. They have to pay those people who use this voice of God technology to get their lover. Yeah, but as soon as they stop paying, they stop broadcasting, and that's why most relationships fall apart. They stop paying them. They kind of started to believe that the woman was actually in love with them. She's not in love with you. Yeah, you paid for her to be in love. You have to keep paying. I don't pay. I don't pay, so I don't get it. I've never put money in a man's hand, yeah, for a woman. I would put money in a woman's hand, yeah, to fuck her, but I would never put money in a man's hand for a woman. I respect women so much. I would never even pay someone to use a weapon on your mind to make you fall in love with me. I'd rather go without. Yeah, you have to respect woman. I love it when you're free to choose me. I can't stand it knowing that I had to pay for that to happen. That's fake, man. I want some true love. Yeah. So I'm thinking right now, I want to date someone who understands, who's a targeted individual, so who understands the terminology. So when I sit there and I say to her, look, I'm sensing that somebody's using a voice to scar a weapon on me. They're projecting a trigger word. Yeah, just give me a second. Let me deal with that. I need to know that you can understand that without telling me, you're weird. You're not like the men I'm used to. The men you're used to leave you, innit? Yeah. No. So I need somebody who understands me, you know, who understands that I'm a targeted individual. Hopefully somebody who will also be a targeted individual, and somebody who won't be a puppet. Yeah, that's who I'm looking to date. So if you're a woman who gets what I'm talking about, just comment down below. Yeah. Ciao.